Pulled this out of storage today. After almost 5 years of being out of commission, Spider-Man is back. Good morning, ladies and gentlemen, or depending on what time you're watching this, good afternoon, good evening, or good night. That's right, Spider-Man is back after almost 5 years in between movies, which is crazy to think because I think it was 5 years in between the last Tobey Maguire and the first Andrew Garfield, and here we are, almost 5 years in between No Way Home and Brand New Day. But that day is today, as I am on my way to the AMC theaters, the only one here in the Western New York area, as the other one closed as of last year. Might have been this year, actually, I don't remember. Anyways, the only AMC that's left in the Western New York area, that's one of the few theaters in the area that's doing the Amazon early screening tonight, Wednesday, technically a day before the movie comes out, which tomorrow is when it'll be playing everywhere. This is my first screening of what is supposed to be 3 total within the next 2 days. So I'm going tonight to see the early screening. I'm going again tomorrow for a second screening in the afternoon. And then I'm going a third time tomorrow night with a different group of people for the third screening. I think that'll be the most I've ever watched a movie within the first, 27 hours of it coming out. So I'm going to be chock full of Spider-Man by the time the weekend comes around. And if it's good, which I'm hoping it is, maybe I'll go see it maybe I'll go see it again this weekend at some point. But I'm super stoked. I love the last Spider-Man. It was one of my favorite superhero movies of all time. It was a great movie that we needed at a really dire time for the industry and movie theaters, and was a huge box office hit. I think it's top 10 worldwide or top 10 domestic. Yeah, and it came out December 2021, so we needed that. The theater industry needed that, I should specifically say. Anyways, so yes, I'm on my way to the AMC theaters, which is it's a small one here in the Western New York area. It's not a huge theater. I think it's only 8 screens, and it's, like I mentioned before, the only AMC in the area, which is about 20 minutes away from where I live, so I don't go there too often. But if there's an opportunity for me to go there, sure, why not? It's pretty basic of a theater. They have the recliner seats, which is nice. It is renovated. However, there's no premium upgrades, no Dolby Theater, no IMAX, nothing like that. So this is just going to be a regular old 2D screening. But what's funny about this AMC is that I used to work there. It was my first ever movie theater job back in 2008. The big movie that was out at the time, Twilight. So I remember helping people in the theater and Twilight was playing. Yeah, I worked there for a very, very short amount of time. But I actually loved it. I loved having a job that was centered around just talking about movies and just the theater and movies just in general. I loved it. And I do go back. I'm pretty sure nobody still works there after all this time. I'm talking almost 18 years later. But yeah, this is going to be exciting. I'll show the theater tonight, and then tomorrow I'll be going to 2 different theaters, and going to be a lot of Spider-Man. I might do a little small review after this, and then maybe we'll see how it holds up with the second and third screening. But for now, I'm on my way. Sit back, relax. We'll be there soon. Something interesting about this AMC parking lot, it's the worst parking lot in the entire world. You could probably see all the potholes, and they've probably not fixed this parking lot ever. Yeah, I'm surprised I have not lost a tire at some point in the multiple times that I have come to this theater. So, if memory serves me well, I do believe this was actually a Carmike theater back in the day, like probably back in like the 90s and earlier. And if anybody remembers Carmike theaters, those did go out of business. And I do believe AMC actually swooped in and took a lot of their spaces. But yeah, if I remember correctly, I think this used to be a Carmike theater. I think I came here to see movies like, Lion King and maybe Mouse Hunt. But yeah, no longer exists, sadly. There he is, Spider-Man. There is another superhero movie that I guess I'm excited for as well. Actually, the movie that I'm most excited for the rest of this year. Boom, right there. And I love this poster. So what's cool about this theater, and still holds up even when I was working here, is that they have the classic movie posters. I think that was a break room, if I remember correctly. We are in Theater 1, so yeah, it's not a huge theater. It's only 8 auditoriums. But yeah, they still got the old classic movie posters that they've been rocking for a very, very long time. We are in Theater 1, where we make movies better, according to Nicole Kidman. It looks like it's open. Head on in. I will go get some snacks in a little bit, so I'll put my stuff down. This is probably one of their bigger theaters. So as you see, they have the recliner seats. I am going to be G15. So this is me right here. Might be a little bit easier to see, but yeah, so they got the recliner seats. Those are the handicap section. Projector area. So it's not too full right now, but it will definitely, I'm pretty sure almost every seat except for maybe 1 or 2 is filled for tonight. And just a standard screen, nothing premium about it, but still fine. Still works. All right, let's go get some snacks. I think these private doors actually go to the projector rooms. That would make the most sense. So yeah, I think these private, there's 2 of them. They both go to the projector. And that's it, just 4 theaters on the other side, and that's the whole cinema. I'm actually definitely feeling candy. I think I'm gonna go to Twizzlers. Yeah, it's gonna be a 2.5 hour movie. I'm gonna need more popcorn. And I got all the Spider-Man merch out. Standard popcorn buckets, drink cups. They're pretty cool, actually. More popcorn buckets. And I ended up going with a regular popcorn, some Twizzlers, and just a cup of water. That's all I need. But the popcorn and the Twizzlers, I had a $5 reward, so it came out to about $13. Not too bad, actually.
This day is done. We shall be faced with an unthinkable decision. The glow of our brilliant screens. Thank you for choosing AMC Theaters.
All right, and I just got out of the Amazon early screening of Spider-Man Brand New Day. Overall reaction, without trying to give away too much, although if you want to try to avoid a little bit of any type of spoiler, I would skip ahead a little bit. I would say it was really, really good. Really enjoyed it. Not quite on the level of No Way Home. I mean, that's a hard one to top. I was hopeful that it could maybe top that one, but never quite got there for me. Still very good. A lot of great characters show up in this one. A nice surprise character shows up for a little bit too, which was really cool. But of course, Tom Holland is great as always. So I'd still say this was a really, really great Spider-Man movie, just not the best in my opinion. Although this is just the first screening, so I am curious what I'll think about the movie after the second and third screenings tomorrow, especially being able to do a rewatch, kind of knowing what to expect. So that'll be interesting. But anyways, that is it for screening number 1, which is all for tonight. And now we are on to screening number 2. But first, we need to go ahead and hang you up, Mr. Spider-Man shirt, and get you ready for 2 screenings for tomorrow. Good night. All right, as we head into day 2, the first official day of Spider-Man Brand New Day coming out, we are here at the Regal that I most frequent because it has this guy right here, IMAX. Unfortunately, Spider-Man is not playing in IMAX because that is being taken up by another Tom Holland movie at the moment, which is The Odyssey. But yes, this is the first of 2 rewatches for me today. I am going to an afternoon screening right now with my sister, and then later tonight, I will be going to see it again at a different Regal, only this time I'll be seeing it in premium RPX, which is Regal's version of like Dolby Cinema. So, and that screening is completely almost sold out, except if you want front row seats. So that'll be hopefully a good third time watching this movie. And yeah, it'll be interesting doing the rewatch. I'll have to pay attention to like some of the smaller things. And, you know, I did really like the movie the first time watching it last night. It'll be nice to rewatch it with hopefully like a smaller crowd. But I'll give my opinion of the first rewatch after it's over in about 2.5, 3 hours from now. This is a much, much older Regal. Has not really been updated. They don't even do the box office anymore. It's all self-serve kiosks at this point. Still rocking the old school arcade, of course. And we still got stuff out for the Odyssey. I do want to check out their Spider-Man merch. Let's take a look since we got some time to kill waiting for my sister. It looks like they got the same Spider-Man blankets that AMC had yesterday that I saw people with. Although these look a little different. Those are actually pretty cool. This is more like the comic style. It's actually really cool. I'm assuming this is a popcorn bucket. That's actually pretty cool. Looks like they have more options for the popcorn buckets. This looks similar to the one AMC had. They also got the popcorn bucket / cup duo, it looks like, which is, well, again, more like the comic book style. And then they got these like water bottle kind of things, which these are actually pretty sick. And these are just kind of like the standard cups. Yeah, they got a lot of options here compared to AMC. I'm actually a little surprised. Usually AMC has more stuff. If anybody watched my Odyssey video where I was at the Cineplex in Canada, I kind of mentioned how those neon little decorations reminded me of Regal, and that's kind of what I was talking about, is that stuff up there. Definitely feels like a theater out of the 90s still. Kylie's here. Excited for Spider-Man? All right. Go with some Twizzlers again. Kylie's got all of her snacks. They only shoot in vertical mode, though.
Oh.
I think you have to do something weird to film in horizontal mode.
highly trained employee
And if you're not seeing a movie in IMAX at this theater, then this is the best screen to be in. Technically, it's regular 2D, but it's huge. And it comes with artwork. So we're in K, Kylie, right behind that.
Right now, buy a full bathroom.
One more.
Get a
One more.
second shower free. And lock in
This
18
one.
months of no interest financing.
Do you want me to sit in the inside?
Scan the QR code on
Oh, then we're in the L.
to lock in this offer.
You would know you used to work here. All right, and I just got out of my second screening and first rewatch of Spider-Man: Brand New Day. After the rewatch, it's still a very good movie. I will say one of my bigger negatives for the movie is going to be the villain. I don't want to say too much without spoiling anything, but I just think that's probably the most lackluster part of the movie is going to be the villain. It's a bit predictable. But the one thing that does play well into the movie is this overall theme of loneliness, which does play into, obviously, Peter and another character as well. So I thought that theming actually was really, really well done. And even having Frank Castle, the Punisher, in the movie is kind of like his sort of side, as sort of like a side character to Spider-Man. I thought that worked really well too. Another big positive for me rewatching it, but it just isn't a lot in the movie, it's just that chemistry between Peter and MJ, and even the scenes with them and Ned, the three of them together. That's definitely going to be a big highlight, but unfortunately, it's just not a lot of it in the movie. But I will say the ending of this movie is still superb. One of the best parts of the movie, especially that final scene, which, if you've seen it, you know what I'm talking about. Gave me goosebumps the second time watching, and I look forward to seeing that third time on an even bigger screen with a full theater. Anyways, that's it for my second viewing of this movie. And then after that, I'll be off to another Regal for the final and third showing of Spider-Man: Brand New Day. Here we go, Spider-Man: Brand New Day, round 3 in RPX. Looks like they're still selling the same blankets, basically.
Recibo del diablo.
I couldn't help myself. I bought it. Got their little Spider-Man photo op right here.
Sí, está bien, my shirt. I think so cute. What's that?
Clayface. It's a new DC horror movie.
Oh, yeah.
Are we gonna go see Ice Cream Man next week?
Oh, that's next week.
Yep. All right, RPX.
Is that what we're seeing it in?
Yep. Regal Premium Experience.
Very tasty new Yogi versus Acme Dynamite Dog. The original.
Here is the RPX theater.
Regal felt that was misleading because it implies the
We are sitting in row I, 13 and 14.
hot dog contains zero.
Neon
The
sound
Dynamite
cast.
Dog contains
Did I
zero.
look at it in line?
Just Diego.
Here are our seats for RPX. Nice recliner seats. Always nice having the little wall in front of you in case people are on their phone.
Hey everyone, and welcome. On behalf of our incredible cast and crew, we want to thank you for coming to see Spider-Man Brand New Day on the big screen. We know how much this character means to so many people, and we have poured everything we have into making the biggest, most emotional, and most fun Spider-Man adventure yet. There's huge action, plenty of surprises, and performances that we're really proud of. So sit back, enjoy, and thank you for sharing this with us. We made it for you.
Oh. All right, and I just got back from my third and final screening of Spider-Man Brand New Day. Here are things that I've noticed after a second rewatch. Little Caesars product placement all over this movie, which makes sense because of the commercial that they did with Spider-Man. Really noticed Tom Holland's New York accent really stands out in this movie compared to his previous Spider-Man movies. Also, a little Easter egg I noticed, Wilson Fisk makes a cameo, or at least just a picture of him, in the scene where Spider-Man is in the alley doing the test with the first chip that he's trying out, and there's a dumpster next to him, and I noticed a Wilson Fisk little poster there, something like that, so that was a funny thing to notice. I'm just going to double down. I still think the villain antagonist was pretty weak in this movie. I think the scenes that shine the most are the scenes where it's Peter, MJ, or Peter, MJ, and Ned. I thought those scenes were great. The ending in this movie is fantastic. I love that last scene. It gives me goosebumps. So that's it for now. We know Spider-Man will return. When? No clue. So I'm going to have to go ahead and put this shirt back into retirement for a bit until Spider-Man shows back up. In the meantime, I got my new Spider-Man water bottle. I freaking love this water bottle. It was $25, but it's so cool. I love this thing. Oh, the last thing I wanted to say. RPX, this was probably my favorite screening of the 3 that I saw the last 2 days because of RPX. It looked great, sounded great. I loved it. If you can see this movie in a premium screening, I know IMAX is not an option, but if you can see it in a premium screening, I highly recommend it. RPX was fantastic. So that's the last thing I wanted to say. It's after midnight. It's late. I've technically seen Spider-Man Brand New Day 3 days in a row at this point. So, yeah. All right.
See you, chump.